girls, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. My name is Ram,
And I'm Sly.
and this is whatever floats your goat. A little
Yeah,
improved.
you.
We changed the recording methods that we're using so that we can just get it done all at once. Before we had to do this crazy workaround thing that involved like a faking a mic using some computer software. It was really annoying. And there was really no reason to do it when we could have just streamed it, and then like if you guys want to show up and watch it, then watch it early. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I guess because this isn't gonna be perfect at all because we suck dick. But I can see the benefit of doing it this way. It's less work for you for sure.
And it's going
I
to be more
just
visual too.
oh yeah, of course that's always a plus. But then again, it is a podcast, so visuals I don't think matter too much. But yeah, I totally get it.
All right, so some quick stuff. I know you actually brought news this time.
Well, I mean,
Gasp!
not really news. It's more like some personal
You
stuff.
you actually brought
But
something though, and that's what's
oh
great.
yeah, of course.
And
Well,
it's funny that you actually brought something on a week where there's not shit for news.
well, there's never shit for news. There hasn't been shit for news in the past few weeks. The only thing, the only thing that's worth talking about that could be classified as news is like articles people publish about things. That's the most news we're getting is people talking
Yeah,
about shit, and
the
that's
biggest
it.
thing that's happened in the past week that I've noticed is just people complaining about Deus Ex's microtransactions and stuff like that, and that's not a big deal to me because I already put a video out about it.
And honestly, I couldn't care less about it. I played that game a little bit, and I'm sure it's fine. And I should have given it more of a chance, but I don't have enough fucking memory space. So I was like, well, bye Deus Ex Machina, not Deus Ex Machina. Sorry, I was thinking of the actual name. But
All right. Anyway, first bit of news. Someone really, really, really awesome is dead. They died pretty recently, and
what was it, Harambe? Oh man, don't
no,
mention Harambe,
it
please.
wasn't. It wasn't Harambe. Um,
I'm really sad about that. I'm really triggered about that. Don't say it.
all right, it wasn't
I
Harambe.
still cry.
It was someone debatably just as important, maybe more.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
if you grew up in the same time frame as I did, or a little bit older, then it's gonna be a pretty big deal to you. This is, I don't want to say like it had a major effect on my life, the film or anything, but it definitely existed, and it was one of my favorite movies. But
Oh my god, who the fuck died? Just tell me.
Gene Wilder,
Oh, not Gene Wilder. No.
you don't know who I'm talking about, do you?
No. Yeah, I know Gene
Okay,
Wilder. Whatever. Shit, dog.
okay,
That
name one of
sucks.
Gene Wilder's movies.
That's fucking easy. You're such a dick. Of course I know. Of course I know some movies. He's fucking Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Gene
Yeah,
fucking Wilder, you asshole. The
you
fucking
looked
the
it up, didn't
meme.
you?
No, I know who Gene Wilder
You're
is.
sounding like you
Of
made it up, like
course.
you don't
No,
know.
I fucking know. I'm not stupid. I know
Okay,
who Gene Wilder is.
it wasn't he wasn't just in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, although that is a good one, and that
That's
was
the
one
one
of the
everyone
movies I was
knows him
talking
from,
about.
though.
But he was also Dr. Frankenstein in Young Frankenstein.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, it's a good movie. It came out during color movies, obviously, but it was done in all black and white to be close to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the movie
Uh,
that's based off of Mary Shelley. Was it? Anyway, uh, it was based off the movie Frankenstein, so it was meant to be like black and white and stuff like that. But it was a comedy movie written and directed by Mel Brooks, the guy who did Spaceballs.
yeah.
I think it was Spaceballs. He did a lot of comedy movies, like Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles was hilarious.
Gene Wilder, that sucks.
But yeah, he died at the age of 83, and it was just a couple of days ago. He didn't die from like cancer or anything like out of hand like that. He wasn't like murdered or anything. He didn't die on his treadmill like that guy from South Park.
He
Uh,
didn't. He didn't die by. He didn't get shot to death by zoo staff.
no, he didn't get shot to death by Zeus staff. He died because of complications with his Alzheimer's.
Oh God.
So it's
Oh
just
God, he had Alzheimer's.
yeah.
Alzheimer's. Then it's a good thing he died. I mean, do you understand how difficult it is for someone with Alzheimer's to live? I mean, every day they have to wake up and relive the death of Harambe. Like, that's pretty bad. It never gets any easier
I was
for
trying to
those
avoid
people.
making jokes during this whole thing because like I think comedy is important, and I think nothing is sacred. Comedy is like is probably the best comedy, but I do
It
believe in
never
too
gets
soon.
easier. Harambe's death never gets easier. For
That poor man,
especially
he had to relive Harambe's death every single day as if it was his first time hearing it.
he woke up and he was like, man, I'm gonna go see
I'm gonna
my
go check out my
favorite.
number one gorilla. I'm gonna wake up,
Uh,
check out my number one gorilla, see how he's doing. Harambe died!
God damn it, dude. Fucking
It's
poor
gonna.
Harambe.
I
I'm
wonder how my
really
favorite
late.
comedian Bill Cosby is doing. Oh. Oh god. Bill!
See, that's what I'm
Bill.
saying, dude. It never gets better for these people. I mean, it sucks. Man, I mean, it's just, I can't imagine it.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
he made some fantastic movies, and, like, I've got nothing but respect for the guy, but it sucks. Like,
Yeah, it does suck.
he's one of the very few actors and stuff like that that didn't turn into a total shitlord a few years later.
I
And like
mean,
any actor who stays out of the bad part of the spotlight like that deserves respect.
I just, I really loved him in that one movie,
The only movie you saw him in.
yeah, the only movie I saw him in.
I've seen a few of his movies and I like him, but
And he had the whole meme. He's a meme though, so he'll live on forever.
yeah,
That's the
that's
thing.
it, Gene. You'll live on forever through
Yeah,
memes.
exactly. So he's not really dead. He's just.
Like Mercy always
He's,
says, memes never die.
yeah, exactly. He's never gonna die. He's a meme, just like Harambe. Harambe's dead, but he'll never actually die. He'll live on forever on the internet.
All right, we need to stop
Oh
milking
man.
Harambe and Gene Wilder's death. So let's
See,
just
the
move on
thing
to.
is, I didn't even know about Harambe until recently, and I looked up some of the memes, and some of them are pretty fucking funny. Like I gotta
I heard
admit.
about Harambe when it happened, but like it wasn't one of those things that that I thought was worth giving a damn about.
Oh my god, you gotta look up the memes though. The memes are fucking hilarious.
Let's okay. I'll bring up the browser here. You can see my little picture of Gene Wilder. There you go.
Fucking some of the memes
Let's look up some of the Harambe memes.
they're so funny. Like I don't want to ruin them, but there's some pretty decent ones. There's this whole movement called
When your
hashtag
mom
Dicks Out
throws
for
you in the
Harambe.
arena and everyone's cheering for the gorilla.
There's one picture. There's one picture that's pretty funny where it's Widowmaker looking down into the pin where Harambe was, and then there's Winston down in the
Okay,
pin.
just a second. Widowmaker,
Oh man.
Harambe.
Oh god, it's fucking
No.
great.
No, that's awful.
Oh
That's
man,
terrible.
dude. He's not terrible. I mean, think about it. He fucking died, but he's gonna live on forever through memes. That's the power of memes. Oh man,
Let's get some more.
it's a fucking treasure. The Cincinnati Zoo,
Things
which
you
is a
couldn't
zoo
wait
that.
to jump into as a kid. That's a different website.
Oh man.
Let's see images here. Let's
But
make that nice and
like,
big. Things you couldn't wait to jump into as a kid: trampoline, bounce house, ball pen, and gorilla pit.
he died because that whoever it was wasn't watching her kid. Like, if she had just been watching her kid and not let him fucking crawl into a gorilla pit, like, holy crap. And people are like making it like a weird racist thing, and I'm like, it's not fucking racist. It's just Like, it doesn't matter. She just didn't watch her kid, and that's what happened. Um, and we lost Harambe for it. But the thing is like, if we hadn't lost Harambe, he wouldn't be the meme.
Wait for it, Brett. You're gonna want to see this one.
Oh God, really?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta bring it back up then. I mean, it's kind of slow on my end because I got like a billion things running right now. But I mean, I'll take your word for it. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen that one. I could have tranquilized.
We made full circle. We found a way to link up Harambe and Gene Wilder through one star, Bill Cosby.
Ah, yeah.
Thank you, Bill Cosby,
for bringing us together. Bill Cosby, you are the best. He's the gift that keeps on giving.
If I throw my baby on stage at a concert, will they shoot Kanye?
God, please no.
Oh, here's another Winston one. Zoo reopens after killing gorilla to save a child.
I absolutely love the Harambe memes, though. There's no weird, stupid, racist shit that people are saying. It's just it's a joke about a gorilla that was killed, and it's how people are coping with it, you know. It's all good.
These memes, I should probably stop looking at them. These memes are probably not good for me.
I told you, they're fucking hilarious. After you fucking see the Harambe memes, you're not gonna want to quit. And that's the thing. Like, God. Oh, man. Remembering Private Harambe.
Alright, let's leave that one up on screen for a little while we talk about some other stuff. I feel like that's a high quality meme that needs to stay up here.
That's funny.
Alright. What's on to the next I can't look at my screen. I can't look at my screen now. What's the next bit of news, Brett?
I'm hearing myself fucking laugh in the background, and I feel like a fucking hyena. Holy shit! But yeah, no, that shit's funny.
Oh my god! What's the next bit of news? I can't look at my fucking screen. I legit can't look at my computer screen right now.
Well, I mean, I was gonna basically just talk about what we've been playing lately. I've been playing. Since I brought it up, I've been playing a lot of Warframe. Simply because it's one of those games that I can turn my mind off and play, and it's just. I can listen to podcasts while I play it, and it's just I make just enough progress in that game that I feel like I'm actually doing something while I'm basically just grinding the same shit all the time.
Let me bring up an image of Warframe here. Oh my god.
Yeah. There's like
I've heard that is enough Harambe. That is too many a dank meme. There we go.
Dude, there's some when you get a chance, just whatever you don't have nothing else to do for the rest of the evening, Harambe. Just look up some Harambe memes.
Oh my god.
They're fucking the best.
And Harambe is having such a humongous flare up right now. Like, it was popular at the time, but he's way
everywhere.
More popular now, dead.
Yeah, I know. That's what's funny. I saw this guy. He started replacing his family portraits with pictures of Harambe. Oh god, dude, this shit's fucking funny. And there's always these funny, there was this old show on Nickelodeon about these high school students, and the transitions between scenes would always be one student sending a text message to another student, and someone photoshopped it or whatever, and it said, "I miss my nigga Harambe."
God, we get into some pretty fucking stupid fads, don't we? Like, just humans in general. We get into some crazy, retarded fads.
Well, it's hilarious because, I mean, God, dude, who would have thought? The next time I get a chance to kill a guy, I'm gonna do it just to see if he becomes a fucking meme, because god damn it.
If someone corners me in a dark alley and they're like, "Give me all your money or kill me," I'm gonna say, "Kill me. I'll at least live forever in memes."
I live on, yeah, I live on as a fucking meme. God damn.
How rad would that be? Like to be the guy who died because he wanted to be a meme.
Harambe is like the modern day Jesus Christ. You know, he gave up his life so that we could have dank memes, and that's all that we wanted.
And he resurrected as the dankest of memes.
I feel like they should replace that gorilla from the Russell Jimmy's thing and just make it Harambe. From the, I'm sure that already exists. I haven't looked it up, but I'm fucking like 100% guaranteed.
Well, we need to get on subject, or we're gonna talk about
Harambe.
My brother Harambe all day.
So yeah, I've been playing Warframe, and so I wanted to get a Kavat, right? And the Kavat, if you don't know, is like one of those new cat creatures. They're basically cats, space cats. And I really wanted one. But the little segment that you needed for the incubator to hatch or to, I guess, synthesize a Kavat takes like 120,000 alloy plate, which is a shitload of alloy plate. It took me all week to get that much alloy plate.
It's only a lot for you because you skipped over the beginning material. Like, if
it was a lot.
If I didn't help you by like getting you to skip through all that stuff and going straight to Void, you would have had a lot more alloy plates because I started from the beginning alone, and I've got like over 800,000 alloy plate.
Well, but 120,000 alloy plate is still a shitload of alloy plate. Like, I like all the other resources I still have I have a ton of ferrite and stuff like that, but I don't have near that much ferrite. Like, I don't have 120,000 ferrite, but for whatever reason. It didn't make sense.
The problem I'm having with the Kavats is that you need 10 Kavat DNA to get the DNA sequencer so that you can unlock the ability to have Kavats.
And then you need 10 more.
And that was something that took us like 2 hours, and that took up an afternoon for us. And then we have to go out again for another 10 genetic code so that I can get another fucking cat. So
yeah,
that I can get an actual cat. And then
I had to go out and get.
And then it's a 50-50 chance to get the kind of cat you want. So let's say I get the stealth cat, which I think I don't want the stealth cat. I don't like stealth. I'm going to have to go out again and get another 10 genetic DNA and just genetic code and hope that I get the one I'm looking for. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start trading plat for genetic templates.
Well, so that's the thing. Actually, I have a genetic template. That's what I was going to ask you. Actually, let's talk about this first, and then I'll ask you about that. But so after a lot of trial and tribulation, I finally got my Kavat, right? Mm-hmm. And I look at it, and it's beautiful. It's like green, and it has gold trim. It's a fucking beautiful Kavat. It has a weird I called it a peacock tail, but apparently it's not a peacock tail. It's some other weird tail. But it looks like a peacock tail to me. But it's a beautiful tail, and I'm like, oh, just look at the majesty of it. And then I scroll over and I look at its face. Now, I sent you the picture of the face.
Alright, which
it's
number
the first thing I sent you.
First picture?
Yeah, the first thing I sent you. That is the face of the Kavat I got. Alright, so, it's like, it's a wonderful, beautiful Kavat. But then it has a fucking, like, a face only a mother could love. Like, it is actually the fucking worst looking...
It is, oh my god. Somebody put it out of its misery. Holy shit. That thing is hideous.
So, it's
Where's its body?
That's just the head of it. Well, you see, I couldn't get you a picture of my actual Kavat, so I just got a picture of a Kavat that exists. Like of the same head type. I can show you my actual Kavat later.
So this is a development model. That's probably why the body isn't there. I was gonna say because without its body, it looks like a straight up dick with a cat's head.
yeah. But I was just wanting to show you the face, and that's the fucking face my cat has. So it's like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's majestic. Look at that color.
Let's zoom in a little bit more on this.
But then
catting intensifies.
It's a wonderful looking cat. But then when you get to the face, you're like, why?
Oh, I zoomed in. Okay.
Oh no! My God.
I can't find it. I lost the cat. All right, there it is.
So I was looking. So in addition to that, I was looking into some more stuff about the Kavats, and apparently there was a way to crossbreed the Kavats with the Kubros, and the Kubros are basically the dog equivalent,
Yeah.
space dogs, and so I got into this late because they had already patched it by the time I figured out about it, but someone crossbred a Kavat and a Kubro, and then the second picture I sent you is the result
All right.
of the Kavat and the Kubro. He sent that picture with the caption, "What have I done?"
All right. The second picture.
So, yeah, the second picture.
Oh no! Whoa!
So, that is
What is that?
That is the monstrosity known as a crossbreed of a
Holy
Kubro
fuck. That's some
and a
like
Kavat.
that's like some SCP shit. Some fucking like
It's like, oh my god!
it's that
It's
shit
like
that teenagers write fucking creepypastas about.
it's like kill me.
End me. I'm in
Like, look how
constant agony.
look how fucked up that
Oh.
thing is. Like, oh my god! One of its fucking legs is like way up in the air.
I want a picture of it in better lighting. Like if I could have a better
Oh,
lighting
God.
version of this, it would be fantastic. But I want to see it
Oh,
in
man.
stage. Oh, that's its leg up there.
Yeah, that's his fucking
I
leg.
thought
That's
it was
one of
its
his
tail.
legs.
It's like 1/5 spider or some shit.
No, it's a fucking limo freak of nature. Like, it's like, what the fuck? It's a Kavat stretch.
I want to see this thing
Oh
in
my
stage.
god. I don't know. I
have
found
some
it from
genetic
Reddit
templates
posts, so
from
I
my
don't know if that
Kubrow.
exists.
Like if you can trade me your Kavat template, we can try it.
Oh, no, they patched it. It doesn't
Shit.
work anymore.
Are
I
you
know.
sure they patched it on Xbox? Because Xbox gets late updates.
I mean, I mean, try. I don't know.
Oh my god, get your boar and end that thing.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, so my cat came out, you know, it looked good, but the head
It's
was
looking at
fucking
the owner
ugly.
like, why did you do this?
What? That's why I love the Reddit post, because it was just in all caps, what have I done?
And like the owner is legit ashamed of that Kubra. Oh my shit, that is some
fucking
disturbing
Kubat.
shit right there.
Oh, man, it's fucking messed up. But,
Why don't you love me?
what you could do is the third picture is actually a picture of what a Kavat's supposed to look like.
Alright,
Or
let's
one
just give
should see.
let's give the people here a frame of reference. So
Yeah. The third one, that's what the Kavat's supposed to look like, right? But the second picture is like what the actual fuck happened here. It's an abomination.
they're not exactly attractive looking to begin with. This one is all right, but like it's not attractive anyway. It looks like it's thin and sickly, but you can tell it's not supposed to like be begging for the sweet release of death.
Yeah, I mean it looks nothing like that fucking thing does. Oh boy. So yeah, that's what I've been spending my time. That's what I was gonna ask you. Like I don't. So I made a template of my cat, my Kavat, and I know you need 2 templates, right?
Yeah.
To pass it on to a baby. But how am I supposed to tell what template, like what traits my template has?
There's no way
in
to
addition,
know. All you have to know, you have to rely on the information the owner gave you. The owner will tell you what the original Kavat was, and that's what the genetic template will be of. Like, if you want the same Kavat as them, I would just get another template from the same person.
So that means I could trade a fucking template and be like, oh yeah, it's a Lotus print. And then I give it to them, and it's not a fucking Lotus print? Like,
yeah,
what?
I done it, but I actually have a Lotus Kubrow. If I had him, and I could actually get you a picture of my Kubrow.
That's really stupid. Like, because I made my template, and I was like, template of this cat. And I was like, okay, so there's a picture of my cat.
Let me just show what a Lotus print Kubrow looks like.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. But, so I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, okay, but where does it... So I don't understand. Like, I'm supposed to take 2 different cats, right? Get templates of 2 different cats, and then put them into a third cat, and that third cat will inherit the dominant traits of both parents. But it doesn't tell me what traits the genetic code has.
Yep.
So I can't tell what traits
All
my
right.
baby is going to
On screen
inherit.
is what a lotus print Kubrow looks like. It's got that cool like tiger pattern going on. Mine is a dark gray with, it's either purple or pink. I'm colorblind. It's either purple or pink lotus design. But yeah, they're pretty cool, and to the right person, the templates sell for pretty good. Like, I think I've gotten 100 platinum for one. But you gotta have the right buyer. It's like trying to find a person to buy your comic books. You gotta find a collector.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I would like to have a special. Like, I would want one Kabat that it was exactly the way I wanted it to be. You know, with the exact tail I wanted, with the exact color, the exact ears. You know, I would want that. I'm not gonna spend money on it. I'll just keep breeding Kabats until I find the one I want. But the problem is, you only have 2 stasis slots, so you can only breed 2 cats. So that means if you want a third cat, you have to get rid of one of the parents, and so the whole system's fucked. Because how am I supposed to tell
Those
what?
spaces are also occupied by Kubrow.
Well, I don't have a Kubro, so I only have a cat. So, but the thing is like, how am I supposed to be able to tell if the plate doesn't tell me what the dominant trait is? The only way I can tell is by breeding a third cat and being like, okay, so obviously those ears are dominant and that tail is recessive. That's the only way I can
It's
tell.
the same way with like breeding an actual animal in real life. You gotta hope that you got the right shit.
But it's such a pain in the ass. Like, why couldn't it just be simple? Like, okay, I took a plate of my cat and it got these traits. You know, that would be so easy. And I look online, there's no information there to tell me how to do it. Because fucking no one does anything on the Warframe wiki.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
the Warframe wiki might as well just be useless. All it does is tell you that it exists, a little bit of lore about it, but it doesn't tell you where to find any of these things you need. I've used hundreds of wikis for various different games, and they've always said like how to get the things, exactly what to do. The information on the Warframe wiki is actually useless.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking. I don't like it.
Here, let's. I'll bring up an example. This is a perfect time to bring up an example. Give me a prime weapon.
It's Boar Prime, I guess.
Or I gotta make sure I'm spelling this right. Boar Prime Warframe.
But again, that being said, I'm enjoying the game. Like, you know, I enjoy my cat. The cat's cool. The cat has really cool abilities. The only problem with the cat is it has that ugly ass face. So I want a different face. I want a different head on my cat, and I want different ears on my cat.
Now here you go. You got the information here about the weapon. You've got the actual statistics, and then you've got the individual parts that exist. No information on where to get the... Oh, wait. Okay, it does on that one. Like, why does it show it on that one, but not on other certain
I think
characters?
they've since then changed it. I think they actually have a place that shows you where to get the parts now.
Maybe it's because I was looking up on my phone, but okay. Maybe it's not as useless as I thought.
Well, it is still pretty useless though, because it doesn't like, I look up Kavat breeding and it's like, oh yeah, you have, in order to get a Kavat with a certain thing, or a certain creature with a certain thing, you got to get a certain plate of that creature, but it doesn't tell me what traits are dominant and what traits are recessive, so I can't possibly fucking know. So breeding is a very lengthy process. Like, getting, especially when there's so many different things that you have to breed in, it would take you, I would say, 5 or 6 generations to get the perfect fucking Kabat, unless you got lucky. Which is just, I mean, that's likely not to happen. So it's just, it kind of sucks.
I gotta bring back up that. I accidentally put up my Twitch stream for a minute, and people are watching us and trying to interact with us, and I knew that shit was gonna happen. But like, if it says podcast on the screen, that means I'm recording the podcast, and I'm not here to interact with you guys. You guys are gonna have to wait until I'm actually playing a game.
But again, I mean, I like the Kavats. I wish mine didn't have fucking squish face. But besides that, you know, they're fun. They have really cool abilities. Like mine, you know, it has an ability it does pretty often where basically it increases critical hit chance on everything, so I can like red crit with like all my weapons basically. It doesn't guarantee red crit, but it just increases crit chance so much that you can pretty much you always red crit, which is awesome. I love it. I love it a lot.
Yeah, but I don't really go into red crits because it tends to take up way too many points. I
Well,
can't have that much of my pairs taken up by that.
well, and the thing is for me,
And
I
red crits
like
are
melee
only
weapons.
practical on bows. I think only bows can actually get to red crits.
Well, that's why I love the Kavat, because I could red crit pretty much all my weapons. And I don't even need to build crit chance to do it.
That's the
And
one
with
that's
me,
not stealth, right?
yeah, the one that's not
That's
stealth,
the one I
the
want.
Kabara, I think.
I
It's not
just
the
don't want to
Smita, it's
spend
the
a
other.
million credits on trying to keep this thing alive. Like,
Yeah, and that's
Kugaros is
something else
such
I
a
don't
waste.
understand. I don't know how to, like... I have the upgrade segment for my incubator, so my Kavat hasn't needed any maintenance thus far, and I don't know when it will require maintenance or what I'm supposed to do when it does. Like, I don't know.
Alright, I think we talked enough about Warframe.
Yeah, but it's fun. The Kavats are cool.
We were talking about what we've been playing, right?
Yeah. So what have you been
Well,
playing?
me and Brett have been torturing ourselves.
Oh God, please.
I'm
I
not
don't
going to
want
say
to.
the name of the game yet. I'd rather wait until I get a picture up for it.
I
But
don't
once you
want to
guys know
play.
it, you'll have looked into the face of pure evil. Of true
I
evil.
fucking hate this game so fucking much. It's the worst thing ever.
Here it is.
I I actually hate Resident Evil 6. It
Resident Evil
like
6. This game has
I
gotten to the every time we stream this game, it always ends up the same way. For the first chapter, we rip on it so hard. We make so many fucking jokes about it. And then second chapter, third chapter, it slowly whittles down our sanity and we just get angry at it. We realize
okay.
that it's serious, that it's not funny. It's not a funny thing. It is a seriously bad game and it's
Oh my
unenjoyable.
God,
The
it's
only
so
way I think
bad.
you could actually enjoy this game is if you've never played a Resident Evil game, that you have no frame of reference for other Resident Evil games, but this game is pure molten garbage. Like
And
every game I play in the future from now on, from now until I die, I'm going to be comparing every bad game I play to this game just to see how bad it really is. Like I'll go, this game's pretty bad, but is it Resident Evil 6 bad?
and the thing is I don't necessarily completely hate Resident Evil 6. Like, there's some good things that they do. Like, I did enjoy playing Leon again, but at the same time, his story was like, what, like, who cares? Like, what? There was no point. There was no, like, super interesting moments in it. You end up killing the same bosses, like, 20 fucking times over, and that shit's fucking annoying. The game is annoying as shit, right? But sometimes the story's okay. Like, at the end of the, Chris and crap
Pierce.
was Pierce. Yeah, the end of the Chris and the Pierce campaign was actually good. I kind of like how they ended it. That was okay, but all the shit leading up to that sucked dick. Like, it was just so
And
bad.
we've still
It's
got one more to go after this.
we're on the worst one right
where
now.
we got 2 chapters left, and it's on the worst. It's on the 2 worst characters.
It
Because
gets worse.
it's such a tacked on. It's such a tacked on chapter. What is it?
Fucking Jake and
Sherry.
Sherry, yeah.
Yeah, I had to struggle to
It's
remember their names. They're really forgettable. Like if Jake wasn't played by Troy Baker, then there would be absolutely no chance that I remember who Jake even was. They got such a good voice actor for such a terrible character in an even worse game.
I don't know if the characters are bad. I just think the game sucks dick.
The game,
It's so
if they're good characters, the game definitely doesn't show that they're good characters.
the game is just so
Look where my
like,
head is on screen right now.
I can't do it.
It looks like I'm Helena.
But I mean, I the game is annoying. It's tedious. It feels tedious as shit. That's how that game is.
And
That's exactly what it
take
is.
as many QTEs were in Resident Evil 5 and times it by 4 and put it into 3 different campaigns.
that's the thing. I played Resident Evil 5, and I was like, this isn't that bad, right?
It's not
Or
great. It's not
it's
that
not
good.
great, but it's not that bad. Looking back, Resident Evil 5 is so much better than 6. And when I was playing 5, I was like, this kind of sucks. But now that I've experienced 6, I'm like, I would rather, like, right now, I'm seriously dreading going to play Resident Evil 6. We have 2 chapters left on Resident Evil 6. I would rather go back and completely beat Resident Evil 5 on the hardest difficulty from beginning to end than to play those last 2 chapters. Because it's going to
And
suck.
we already played Resident Evil 5 once on the hardest difficulty. We did it on the technical hardest difficulty. When you play Resident Evil 5, the hardest difficulty available to new accounts, to new games, is veteran difficulty. And that's like straight from the outset. The next hardest difficulty would be, I don't know the name of it, but you have to beat the game once. So it's kind of like in Devil May Cry that for it to be the absolute hardest that it can be, you have to have a fresh account start on that highest fresh difficulty. So we've already played it on a ridiculous difficulty all the way through, and Brett still rather go back and play that again, even though he would know it would take us more time to beat it than it would for us to finish Resident Evil 6.
Because Resident Evil 5 was actually kind of fun. Like, I mean, it was fun. In fucking Resident Evil 6, I always feel like I'm getting fucked over by the game itself. Like, there was some of that in Resident Evil 5. Like, there were some situations where you just straight up couldn't avoid getting hurt. And, you know, that kind of sucks. But in Resident Evil 6, it's all the fucking time. There's the jumping zombies. There's the fuckers that shoot you during cutscenes. There's too many cutscenes. The game
has got 3 states. It's got 3 states of living, and that's cutscene, QTE, and gameplay. And the gameplay is so few and sparse in between that even when we were speedrunning a couple of missions, we were doing a sort of pacifist thing where we completely avoided all the enemies, and it still took us 45 minutes to finish. Even though I've got these stages memorized, you can sprint right through and not have to fight anything, and it still took us 45 minutes. Because there's so many cutscenes and QTEs and fail situations that you just can't avoid.
There's a lot of insta deaths things. It sucked. And like we're basically at the point where it's like, oh, you know, this game's fucking us. We're gonna fuck it, and we're gonna fuck it by not doing what it wants us to do.
It clearly wants us to expend all of our ammo and have a hard time trying to finish the game when there's so many situations in the game that you can just skip right over it, that you don't even have to bother with. There's boss fights where we don't have to kill the boss, that we can just kill time. And
hey, yeah, there's 3 different types of bosses too. There's the boss that you have to shoot until it dies, which rarely happens. There's the boss where you basically just have to avoid it and then it'll eventually go away. And then there's the boss that you shoot it and then it dies and then it comes back and you have to shoot it again. Like, right? But those are all well and good, but they don't tell you what kind of boss. They don't. There's no way to know what kind of boss you're fighting. So you're like, oh, this giant bull guy. Do I need to shoot him until he dies? Oh no, he just he runs away eventually. Or we were supposed to lead him over to this place where he gets hurt.
The entire
it's
game
stupid.
Feels pointless. It feels like a fruitless endeavor that we're just going through the motions. We're just sitting there playing it and doing exactly what the game wants us to until it's over. So it's a not fun game, and there's no 2 ways about it. It is an unfun, unenjoyable game.
It makes me sad to play it, and I'm actually I'm dreading after this podcast ends and we have to play it because we have to finish it so we can play the good Resident Evils.
Yeah, next we'll be doing Resident Evil Revelations 2, which I don't think it's a great Resident Evil, but I thought it was better than 5. And maybe not as good as 4, but it's better than 5.
4 was great. Because, you know, like I said, 4 didn't take itself seriously. And people argue that with me. They're like, oh, 4 was totally serious. I'm like, it's a fucking game about saving the president's daughter. It's not fucking serious. You're saving the president's daughter.
What situation is ever going to happen like that? Has, like, the president ever, like, had his daughter kidnapped? Like, why would they kidnap the daughter when they could just kidnap the president? Like, sure, you can do it for a ransom, but anybody knows that if you kidnap a president's family member, you're going to end up dead.
Oh, God. The whole thing.
It's a pointless storyline in Resident Evil 4, but at least it's a good game. Like, there's games that have good story and then shitty gameplay, and those games usually aren't fun unless the story happens to be actually good. And then there's games that have a solid gameplay, perfect gameplay that just carries the entire game, and I feel like Resident Evil 4 was that game. The gameplay, the puzzles, all of that was so well put together that it carried the rest of the game to make you not notice the plot holes with the story. And the Lost Plagas were fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, they were scary, and they were fucking fun as hell to kill.
And it was an actual survival horror game, too.
And, you know, there's a lot of, like I said, looking back, 5 is way better than 6. But, I mean, 4 I think is even better. But that being said, 5 did do some things that are better than 4. Like, in 5, I thought how you could buy ammo at any time when you die. Or not when you buy ammo, but you can buy upgrades at any time. That was cool, because I hated backtracking.
Based off the other Resident Evils that I've seen, I want to blame Resident Evil 4's success to Hideki Kamiya, the director of the project at the time. You guys may know Hideki Kamiya from some Platinum games that he directed. He was also director for Devil May Cry, and I think it was Devil May Cry 3 and 4, the really good ones. And then he also directed Resident Evil 4. He's just, he really has the right artistic direction for video games, and honestly he should do a lot more projects, but he's really busy with that new Dragon game. I can't remember the name of it.
Scalebound?
Scalebound, that's what it is. Yeah, he's directing Scalebound now, and if you've seen that, it looks like it looks a lot like Devil May Cry as well.
It looks interesting, and I'm really curious to see how that turns out. And I've been avoiding
looking up stuff on it because I know that dude knows his shit, and I'm gonna like that game regardless.
I'm hoping it's good. So yeah, in conclusion of this is that Resident Evil 6 sucks. Resident Evil 5's okay. Resident Evil 4's great. Don't play Resident Evil 6. I swear to fuck, just don't do it. Don't play 6.
It's better to pretend it doesn't exist.
Like,
I rarely say that. Like, I say you should pretend it exists, at least for the sole purpose of learning from it and trying to improve your product. But Capcom, go back to when Resident Evil 6 didn't exist and just resume creating games at normal.
So in conclusion, and I hate to just say it, like, I hate to hate on the game without providing the reasons. So I'm just gonna summarize them right here. The reason 6 sucks: it takes itself too seriously. The gameplay is not repetitive. Well, it is repetitive. It's always killing the same guys, but the cutscenes are numerous. The QTEs are not as bad as 5, but they're still annoying as hell.
They're impossible to do on No Hope.
Oh, yeah, no.
You can't finish any of them on No Hope.
I mean, the dialogue is what you would expect, but again, like I said, the game takes itself too seriously when it's fucking laughable at best.
I can tell you what's wrong with it. It's an action game.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. It's an action game trying to have, like, the subtlety of, you know, the previous games.
It's got nothing in common with Resident Evil other than everything that isn't gameplay. Like, they made a Resident Evil game without the gameplay or... If we're playing the campaign for Leon, and you say as a company that Leon's story is the one that's supposed to stick to the Resident Evil roots, the one that's the classic kind of Resident Evil game, and then you have me fight a fucking T-Rex at the end?
A T-Rex, a lion, a spider, a fly spider.
How is that anything like regular Resident Evil? Let me
there
go
was
boot
never...
up Resident Evil 1 real quick and fight the giant T-Rex that's at the end of the mansion.
Yeah, and Leon's campaign's the best out of this Resident Evil 6, but it's still bad. And it sucks, so I like Leon.
Here's my big tip-off to why I think Capcom knows that Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6 aren't so good. They did the HD remakes on Xbox One, but rather than like all their other HD remakes and release them at $40 with extra content, they didn't put extra content in, and they re-released it at $20. They're full aware that these ones are not that great.
They're so just, oh man.
And I really hate it when a company is self-aware, they know there's a problem with it, and rather than improve it or like learn from it in future titles, they just
They're just
make
trying
the
to make
shit
money off of
worse.
it, which is it's whatever. I I also hate that there's no upgrade system with the weapons. I feel like that's something
It
that
feels like you
4
have the
did
same
that they
power
did
strength
really
throughout the
well.
entire game.
And the skill system, I think, is kind of pointless. It's silly because I hate it because most drops now are XP, and I think you should just get XP for killing creatures. Like if you're gonna have that perk system, stop dropping the XP on the ground. Just have it to where when I kill something, I get the fucking XP because I'm so used to picking up ammo off the ground. That's what I want to pick up. I'm tired of wasting what little time I do looking around for items and just finding
I think the game
XP.
could have been fixed heavily with one little change. Maybe two.
Which
Make XP points. Stop making them drop in boxes and crates that we clearly use for ammo. And then the second thing, make ammo shared. Stop making it so that when we pick it up, that it's individual to the person based on their screen. Ammo should be shared like it was in Resident Evil 5. It makes it seem a little more finite, it makes it seem more important, and it makes us conserve it, and clearly your game doesn't want us to fight things, and that would be another way to point out that you don't want us to fight things is by giving us less ammo. But it would be more of a survival horror game if you gave us less ammo, and you don't have to change the ammo drop rates. You just have to make it so that we stop getting XP points inside the boxes, and then make it so that we share ammo that we find on the ground, that only one person can pick up the box and then it's gone. And then give us the
yeah.
ability to trade ammo again.
Like the ammo system in 6 is dumb. The ammo system in 5 is better, but it's still dumb too, in my opinion. Because their ammo didn't really matter because I had a fucking sniper rifle that had 50 fucking rounds in it for some reason. Like on that game, you could just upgrade your
And it
weapons
was a
until they
bolt
have
action
ridiculous.
sniper.
Yeah, a bolt action sniper rifle with 50 rounds in it.
That
So
magazine has got to weigh more than Sheva does. Oh yeah, I was
I,
gonna look that up. How much does a 50 caliber round weigh?
I have no clue. But I mean, regardless. But well, there's no magazine in that weapon. It's bolt loaded.
Yeah, so she has to sit there and load 50 of them at a time.
Yeah, and so I'm expected to believe that that rifle can hold 50 full case bullets in it, which obviously it can't. So that's silly. But so Resident Evil 4 did the ammo thing right. So when I went to play 5, I was really conservative with my ammo, and I could play that way. I had a ton of ammo at the end of the game because I was conservative with it. In 6, you have to waste all your ammo all the time because if you try to aim your shots, most of the time you're just gonna get fucking jumped on by a zombie, or you're gonna get instant one hit KO'd by something, and you're gonna lose everything. It's just oh god, it sucks a dick. Um, so yeah, it's just the last two Resident Evil games didn't get the ammo right. I think 4 had it perfectly, where you had to play conservatively because it's a slow-paced game that has subtle scares in it, and it's supposed to catch you off guard, and whatever. I
All right, it says here that a 50 caliber round weighs 114 grams.
so it's gonna add up after a while.
And that weighs 4
Um,
ounces. And how much does 4 ounces weigh?
what
Ounces
ounces?
to
What?
pounds.
Uh,
1 ounce is a lot more than a pound. Let me try just gram to pounds.
I don't think that the magazine weighs more than Sheva does, but
Well, a
regardless, it's
bullet weighs
ridiculous.
more than a pound. That's as far as we can tell. So she's carrying around 50 pounds of ammo and loading it one at a time.
And I mean, of course, in the game, she doesn't actually do that. She loads in like 2 shells and then it's full.
We're not asking for
But
realism. We're asking for the gun to be reasonable.
well, I'm not even asking for it to be reasonable either. I just think,
Sensical?
well, it's silly that it has 50 rounds in it. But I would be okay with it having 50 rounds in it if the gameplay matched, like
The
I would
necessity.
never use, yeah, like I would never use those 50 bullets in
At
one
that
mission.
point, you
Like,
were
no way.
upgrading that weapon so that you could just refill your ammo. Because
Yeah,
when you upgrade the guns in Resident Evil 5, it gives you the entire magazine. So I would like upgrade magnums to refill my magnum ammo, and like the game gives you more than enough money at some points so that you could,
and not only that, you
if
can
you want
farm
to,
it.
just sell the magnum you've already maxed out, start over from the beginning, and give yourself more magnum ammo.
And again, you can just farm for money and get more, upgrades, which, in turn give you more ammo.
But those games,
Uh,
I don't think those are games that you play more than once.
oh man.
All right, next thing.
So,
Uh,
so
what?
I'm excited for, oh god, Titanfall 2. And we've talked about this, before we started doing this, but I'm really excited for Titanfall 2. I'm so excited that I haven't played any of the beta because I just want to play the game and experience as is. And mostly for the reason that I want to replay Titanfall 1 and get used to it again. If I play it enough, I'll get good to where, as to how good I was before. And then when I go to Titanfall 2, I can be like, okay, so these are definitely the differences between the two. Um, and I'm sure no one knows this really, but I played the shit out of Titanfall 1. I absolutely loved the game. The game was awesome. It was chaotic. It rewarded, fast-paced gunplay. It was fucking the best. Like, hands down. And this is hard for me to say because I love Black Ops 2 multiplayer. No, God, I can't say it. I want to say Black Ops 2 multiplayer and Titanfall 1's multiplayer. Okay, Titanfall 1's multiplayer is better than Black Ops 2 multiplayer. I'm saying it right now. It's definitive because I said it. And I love Black Ops 2 multiplayer. I played the shit out of Black Ops 2. I think it took me 20 days on Black Ops 2 to hit max prestige, which is more than I played Titanfall 1. I'm pretty sure I played Black Ops 2 multiplayer for about a month, like 30 days, 40 days, something like
You
that.
did play it a lot because I remember you got diamond on everything.
I had diamond everything, right? That shit was, and the best part is I had fun doing it all the way up until the rocket launchers. The rocket launchers sucked a big dick. Fuck the rocket launcher challenges. I finished it, but I fuck it. I hated them. Rocket launcher challenges were stupid. Because this is a tangent for sure, but the reason I hated the rocket launcher challenges is because they required you to shoot down certain kill streaks, and why that was a problem was that
Not all of them were viable.
well, no, it's not that they weren't viable. Like, it's like shoot down AC-130 or whatever, which is like the strongest kill streak in that game, or one of the strongest kill streaks in that game.
Or what
So,
about shoot down the sentry guns? Almost nobody used sentry guns.
yeah, that too. But so basically, it was like you have to shoot down this one specific target with this rocket launcher. So there's a lot of variables at play. First off, it's reliant on the enemy team being good enough to get that kill streak. Second off, it's reliant on the enemy team actually having that kill streak equipped because there's tons of different kill streaks. And it's just it's dumb. I hate that. It was the rocket launchers in the rocket launcher challenges in Black Ops 2 were the only challenges I felt like, okay, this isn't testing my skill, this is testing my patience. With all the other weapons in the game, I had a fun time playing them, finishing the challenges, and moving on. Like, I had a lot of fun, except for the fucking, I hated the, oh god, what was the name of that shotgun pistol? The one that you could dual wield?
Executioner.
The Executioner. I hated the Executioner too. Executioner and the rocket launchers sucked. The Executioner, I literally wanted to blow my brains out when I was
Right,
having to master
you
that
got
weapon.
on a hell of a tangent there.
Yeah, but oh yeah, back to Titanfall 1. I really love Titanfall 1 a lot. I love that game. I fucking Gen 10'd it. But I'm gonna be playing it again up until the release of Titanfall 2. Whenever it comes out, whatever, whenever I get it. But it's really fortunate that we're gonna be doing this because there the Reddit, the Titanfall 1 Reddit, is hosting a community relaunch that'll be taking place from September 16th to October
And
23rd.
this kind of thing usually happens. It happens pretty frequently. There's YouTubers out there that specialize in this kind of thing. I think I've seen 2 or 3 YouTubers that intentionally resurrect games. And there's one guy that I can't remember the name of. I saw it a while back that he would, by request, resurrect games where the multiplayers died. And one of them was World at War, and I remember playing during that time. He would basically just review the game and make his million-plus subscribers aware of the game again, and that would resurrect it because his fans would be aware of it and would go and play it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really cool thing. Like, developers have this habit of not supporting their games after the first year. That it always happens because after the 3 months, if you're not releasing DLC, the game loses profit. It's no longer a profitable game. And then if you do manage to release a DLC after that time or within the first 4 months, you revive the game by releasing the DLC. And that's why specifically games like Call of Duty have this DLC release cycle. They do it every 3 months up until the release, whatever. You guys know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, the Reddit community r/Titanfall is going to try and bring back Titanfall's multiplayer in order to I hate this word, in quotes, hype up the release of Titanfall 2.
And they're doing it over all 3 consoles, so 360, One, and
PC.
PC. They should probably just forget about 360. Like, instead of having 360 play, just like go out, buy an Xbox One,
Yeah,
and then get the
buy
game.
an Xbox One day.
It's $5. Like, if you pay $5 for the EA whatever the fuck,
Yeah,
you'll get the game. Yeah, EA Access. You get the game for free with all the DLC. So $5 and you get the game and all the DLC.
for the month that your thing is.
Yeah,
active.
for the subscription of
And
1
it
month.
doesn't allow sharing. The subscription is tied to the account, and if you do account sharing on Xbox, like me and Brett do, you won't be able to do EA Access sharing.
But apparently it's really cheap. Like,
It's a really solid deal. Are you even like aware of how many EA games they actually have on EA Access?
There's a ton of them.
They have every single one, and I think they're going to be adding Plants vs Zombies 2 on there soon. It doesn't matter. We bought it day 1, but yeah. It'll be cool to play Titanfall again, and it'll be really refreshing after playing so much Resident Evil.
Oh god, I can't stand.
I mean, we're doing like a tour to Resident Evil. That's 3 Resident Evil games in a row, and it's going to be a completely different skill set. We're going to have to like relearn the game.
Yeah, because, Resident Evil, it's a different fucking skill set between Resident Evil games. Because 5,
Because
like I
they
said...
can't find a consistent theme.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 5 was like 4, except slightly less clunky. And 5 was still clunky. But 4 was less clunky. So I know that for a fact. But, yeah, it's gonna be... Oh boy. It's gonna be fun. Titanfall 1... is like the antithesis of the Resident Evil games, because that game's chaotic. It's all about running around, jumping on balls, fucking grinding on I don't think you grind on zip lines, you just kind of hold on and boost. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, Titanfall 1, if you have Xbox, well, I mean, if you have it, you should play it, and if you don't have it, you should get it and play it.
And then if we ever get like tired of Titanfall before it comes out, we've already said a few times that we want to go back to Plants vs Zombies too.
Yeah,
we
that'll
played
be fun.
it, but a lot of shit came out during the same month, so we really didn't give it the full attention it deserved. I did do a review
I kind of
for it
burned myself
on
out of
Xbox
it.
Culture, but yeah, I ended up playing it more than Brett did.
Yeah, I played the shit out of it. I was like top 10 zombie kills
We even got Panda
when
to
it came
play
out.
with us back then. We should see if Panda wants to play it again. Oh wait, he bought
No,
it
that
on
was
disc.
Titanfall 1. No, I mean, sorry, no, that was Plants vs. Zombies 1.
We had someone play it with us on the second one.
We had fucking Luca play it with us.
Oh yeah, and we don't really hang out with them anymore.
Yeah, we don't really hang out with Luca. But yeah, no, Panda played the first Plants vs. Zombies with us. we would do the
we have a
podcast
weird
and then
group
we would
dynamic. We're not one of those people that can just play with anybody. We have our close group of
we have our
friends.
fam. Our fam.
The fam. That's
Yeah.
me, Brett, Moke Choke, and Kawaii Pandas, and that's like the main group. And then just
Well. I
anybody
mean, you
else
can't
will
forget
swap
Adrian.
out.
Adrian's a part of the fam
Oh yeah,
too.
Adrian. Not Adrian.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Adrian.
Adrian's
Adrian's a part of the
Adrian's
fam.
something different.
Yeah. But
oh, speaking of, I'm not gonna bother talking about it right now. I'm gonna do a separate video for that. But
I haven't talked to that fuckboy in forever.
Adrian, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't talked to anybody in forever either.
Because he doesn't talk. Yeah, but Adrian's cool. Yeah, that's the fam though. I mean, I love those guys.
All right, so let's before we wrap this up and we finish things off, let's talk about new releases, whether or not we're going to be interested in getting them or whatever.
Alrighty.
I'm going to start with the Xbox One, and Armello just came out today. It's a game with all furry cast, all furry characters. If you're not familiar with a furry, that's it's part of a particular fandom that if I tried to explain, it would take a year. But it's just basically furries.
You have fun internet searches in front of you.
Anthropomorphic animals that are bipedal and act and behave like humans do. They have human characteristics. Anyway, Armello is a very complicated style board game. One of those ones where there's multiple win situations, multiple different styles. It's kind of like your D&D campaign, but made shorter. And that just came out. It's been a year since its actual first release on the PlayStation 4 and PC, but it's been a year since that release, and as their celebration for their anniversary, they're putting the game down by 25% on all platforms, and they released a DLC just recently which adds 4 more characters for each of the 4 different factions. Let me bring up a picture of that new DLC.
Alright, well, I mean, I have nothing. Oh, excuse me. I have nothing to add to that particular game because I've never heard of it up until this point.
Oh, I've got some funny Steam reviews of it. So let me just let me find Steam Store.
But I mean, let me think.
Is there anything
what
specific you're excited for? That's coming
well,
out
besides Titanfall 2 in a few months. Well, actually, yeah, the Ark Survival Evolved gets its big update on Thursday, on the 1st. And this is after they delayed it basically an entire month. Like, they said it was supposed to come out last month on the 28th, I think. And on the 28th, the day that everyone expected it to release, they were like, nah, fam, it's going to be at least 2 weeks. And then that 2 weeks turned into an entire month and then some. So we're hoping it comes out on Thursday, and we're hoping it's gonna come out and not be a flaming pile of shit. Because if you know anything about Wildcard, holy crap!
I think you might appreciate these reviews, Brett.
Alrighty.
They're done by people who are clearly furries.
Okay.
They'll be on screen in a second here. One of the characters is a wolf and happens to have very particularly thick thighs, and some of the reviewers here have gotten a little creepy about it, but it's pretty hilarious.
Alright. Thick wolf hips.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yeah, I see that.
Damn, girl, that ass is thicker than oatmeal.
Thick.
Alright, let me show the actual character in question here. This character is gonna have a lot of Rule 34, I can tell you that.
Recommended. Recommended and reasoning, thick wolf hips. That's the only reason it's recommended.
Here, it'll be on screen here in a second, and you'll see just how thick these wolf thighs are.
Thick Wolf is literally the best character in the game, and the other 3 characters in the DLC are there too, I guess. The other characters.
Do you think they might be of the furry persuasion?
I'm sure. I can't see that character, but I'm hoping it shows up soon. No, it's just my stream's fucking slow as shit.
Yeah, your stream's slow.
Shit's cancer. But oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah, those are some holy crap. That's some.
If you compare it to the other wolf character is practically like sickly skinny in comparison.
Yeah, those are some fucking big. Is that I can't even tell if that's a male or a female. It looks
Me
like a
neither.
female.
I can't tell what it is either, and it doesn't say in
Uh,
the descriptions.
like those are like the hip. I want to say it's female just because the hips are huge and like obviously the character has like a really tight core. Like those fucking belts. Like I feel like if
Honestly, I think
that
they need to take a
character.
few days off of leg day. They're clearly doing it way too
Yeah,
much in 1 week. You need to give
that
yourself a break.
is
Those are
that
some
is
head
a
crusher thighs.
those are some fucking big ass thighs. Also, what's with the fucking like like is he a hunt? Is like that character a hunter of sorts? Because they have fucking like tails, like trophies of tails around the
They
waist.
probably are.
Like
I actually haven't gotten to play the game yet. I'm going to be playing it with Adrian later tonight, and knowing Adrian's like me. Adrian streams when we happen to be playing games, because I mean, might as well.
yeah.
And we'll be playing some of that later. And I may, depending on how much I like it, I may buy a copy for us on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. I mean, I don't know anything. Like I said, I don't know anything about the gameplay of it at all. But
It plays like a tactics board game. You roll dice, go so many spaces, then you have interaction and stuff like that. It's like D&D.
gotcha. Yeah, those are. I mean, those are some really. The best part about those reviews though is like, 90 out of 100 people found this review helpful, and it's
And
just
it's talking
thick
about them
wolf.
thick wolf hips.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that seems interesting.
I want it for just the reviews. Like the
It's like
reviews were
the gummy
incredibly
bears.
helpful. I'm trying to see if there's any more thick wolf suggestions. Oh yeah, this person made the same mistake as me. The rabbit character in there I mistook for a cat a few times, and then I realized that it has just really floppy ears. Oh, here's another one. As a rule, I usually despise DLC, but I love Armello so much, I ain't even mad. Wolf hips and floppy ears for the win.
That sounds
I like
great.
thick. If you're gonna say thick, you have to say it with 2 C's. There's no other way to spell thick.
Thick.
I am down with the thickness. Oh.
Oh, please don't do that. That sounds weird.
Alright.
Oh man.
Next game. Let me just close that back down. I need to scroll back up so I'm not giving these people's names away, which I already did. But they are clearly down
Well, I mean,
with
they
the
can
thickness.
go. They can go check the fucking thing, and those exact comments are going to be there.
Anyway. I mean,
Yeah. Like,
Alright.
they're already a part of the internet.
Resident Evil 4 was re-released. I think that was last week, though. There's not much coming on the way of Xbox right now, but
Oh yeah, no.
let me just boop that for a minute. And alright. Corpse Party's getting re-released on the 3DS. Corpse Party's a game I haven't gotten to play, but I think it's a visual novel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a visual novel. It has typical. Have you seen any of those RPG maker games?
Yeah, they're
it's
usually
like
not very
that.
good.
Yeah, it's like that, but I think it's I'm sure it's better. Like it seems like it's better received.
Those of you who use RPG Maker and Game Maker, you clearly use it because it's an easy-to-use program to make the games you want, but I think more of you should switch over to Unity. And I know people are going to be like, not Unity, because of all the Steam trash that comes out, but you got to remember that Unity is a very good program for making games, and a lot of the best games that we played have come from Unity, like Hearthstone. Hearthstone is made in Unity. Hand of Fate was made in Unity. There's other games, but I don't really play PC that often.
Oh my god, you know what? That reminds me. You're speaking of engines and stuff. I've been watching, there's a guy who is remaking Ocarina of Time using the Unreal Engine.
And
oh my
down,
god.
Right?
No, he's still doing it.
Oh, that's because he hasn't officially released the game. Once he officially releases the game, Nintendo's going to shut it down within 24 hours.
Well, it's more like a tech demo, though. He's just showing, but what he's doing
I've seen it. I've seen it, where he's crossing the bridge and he talks to Impa and stuff like that. There's wind and leaves blown all over the place. Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't think that's it.
It might have been a different video, but...
But basically, he's remaking set pieces from the game using Unreal Engine, and it looks so good. Like, it looks
Nintendo
so
would be a lot
fucking
better off
good.
if they just paid the damn licensing fees and borrowed other people's equipment.
It looks so
But they
good.
want to save money and they want to make their own shit to save money, but they don't realize that their own hardware is holding them back. That's why no matter what release Nintendo has, they're always 5 years in the past unless they're doing handhelds.
And seeing that game in Unreal Engine, there's a picture that people post, like on social media, in regards to Ocarina of Time, and it's a two-panel picture. The first panel is like what it looks like, and it's a picture of Link rolling across the Termina through a Hyrule field. He's just rolling around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look that impressive. The graphics are, N64 graphics. They're not that impressive. But then the second panel is like what it feels like, and it's like this fucking epic drawing of him riding on a Pona, and it's fucking just, the entire thing looks beautiful. It's beautifully illustrated, and that is exactly what it feels like when you play it when you're a kid like me. So I have rose-tinted goggles, whatever. I don't care. I love the game. And seeing it in Unreal Engine, that, like, how visually impressive it is, I'm like, this is what it felt like. Like, and if I could actually play this game where it looks like this, like, from beginning to end, I would fucking lose my shit, because it's absolutely beautiful. Like, the
Alright.
demos this guy is doing.
This is going to be going on forever if we keep finding new games to talk about.
Oh, God, but it's so good.
Attack on Titan is being released on all platforms except Wii. This is including some last-gen consoles as well, like PlayStation 3.
How is that doing?
How is what doing it? Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan, yeah.
The series is on hiatus right now because of some... it was on hiatus because of some lawsuit issues between Japan and Korea over the character Dot Pictius. Dot Pictius looks like a... you know how in a war there's one person who looks like they're good because they're the winner and everybody from their country loves them, and then other people from the other country hate him because he was a tyrant? That's kind of the situation that was going on. Is Dot Pictius looked like a general that Japan is very proud of, but Korea thinks is a tyrant and is like not happy about it, and that they feel offended that the anime was released in their country and displayed a character that they clearly have a problem with. But that lawsuit's been long over for, I think, a couple years now, and Attack on Titan comes from a studio that uses a lot of money to make their animes. Their animes are always very high production cost, so it takes a little while to get these done. So Attack on Titan should be coming next year, I think it is. That's the earliest estimation I've heard of it, but yeah.
And I haven't read anything about the Attack on Titan game, but just from like a quick glance over the scores, and I know scores are stupid, blah blah blah. I don't care, bite me. It seems to have 7, so middling.
That's pretty good for an anime game. I will admit that most anime games are not very good, especially the fighting ones, and you can like fucking leave all the nasty hating comments you want, but I don't like any anime fighting games besides Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. I haven't liked them since Budokai 2. Xenoverse was alright, but I don't consider that a fighting game. I consider that a action brawler.
Yeah, and that sequel to that comes out.
Wow, it's actually got
relatively
a lot of good
soon.
reviews. IGN gave it a 73.
It's whatever. I mean, I don't.
I might actually have to look into this later. I might get it if the scores are that high. And it's $60 though, and I don't like spending $60.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in all of this game because I'm not really interested in Attack on Titan itself. So
it wasn't
this game has.
It was like, get ready to crucify me again. I don't think it was a very good anime. I think if you like Attack on Titan, don't watch Attack on Titan and watch Knights of Sidonia on Netflix instead. It's like, it's a better version of Attack on Titan. It's Attack on Titan without any of the teen drama. It's just a better version of it.
My only issue, like, Attack on Titan was cool. Like, I liked the I liked the fighting scenes. That was fun, but I didn't like how the show spent a majority of the time hyping up these characters, like, yeah, these guys are gonna be awesome, I can't wait, and then they all fucking die. Like, that's like, I'm sure that's fine. That's like a preferred taste or whatever, an acquired taste for people. But for me, I was like, oh well, thanks for the waste of time, I guess. Like,
But couldn't
you know,
you say the
I
same
didn't like
about
it.
Walking Dead, one of your favorite shows?
No, Walking Dead is not one of my favorite
I
shows.
thought you liked Walking Dead.
I like it, but I don't fucking like. See, my thing with Walking Dead is when I watch Walking Dead, I like it, but I never go out of my way to watch it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So when I watch one episode, I
Sidetracking
watch.
intensifies.
Oh yeah, of course. But I gotta finish this. So when I watch The Walking Dead, I'll watch the newest episode, or I'll watch the latest episode that I missed, and then I'll watch all the way up to wherever it is now in the series. But like I haven't watched the last part of the last season, and I don't care to watch it. Whenever I do watch it, I'll watch it all the way to completion, I'm sure. But it's just one of those shows that I'm like, whatever. It's whatever.
Alright.
And they do it differently.
Another game is released on the Xbox One. It was supposed to release today. I don't see it on the games list, though.
Which one is...
Verdun. And I've only seen
idea.
YouTube videos of that. It's a World War One. Yeah, World War One simulator. I hate saying simulator. It's a World War One multiplayer combat game in the vein of Battlefield, but on a much larger scale. It involves trench warfare and the like. And it doesn't look fun to play. I had more fun watching it than I have anything else. But it's just an option. Some people are into that. I personally have no interest in it. Yeah, it's supposed to be out, and it's not out. It's an indie company that made it, though, so it's probably just late. God Eater 2 Rage Burst has released on Vita and PC.
Oh my god, who cares?
That's another game based off of an anime, and it plays like Monster Hunter, so let's move on.
Oh well, I like Monster Hunter.
Trying to find some other stuff here. It's on PlayStation 4. We talked about Armello already.
Okay, there's nothing else interesting coming out. Okay,
yeah,
good, we got
that's what it's looking like.
Yep.
Unless you're excited for the next episode of Hitman, and in which case, like, I hate episodic games.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about that either. We gotta fucking finish that game. I'm tired. I'm dreading it enough. I'm tired of dreading it. Let's just finish that stupid ass game.
You want to just end here?
Yeah,
so that
well, there's nothing else to talk about. It's the end, but we got there. We're good. There's nothing else coming out. Nothing else good's coming out for the next week.
Thank you guys for watching. Brett's in the mood to get his torture out of the way, so...
I'm so tired, dreading it. I just want to get it over with.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do whatever that thing is you do.
Like or strip.
Just do whatever floats your goat.
Oh, man. That never gets old.